Good evening and welcome to Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we bridge the gap between business owners and their target markets. My name is Omobolanle Adesuyi, and today on Business Hub, we will be delving into the world of travel and tourism. And I have a guest in the studio who would be discussing that at length with us this beautiful evening. His name is Segun Ogedengbe, CEO of Number One Travel Express Limited. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Yes. Tell us about what you do. Number One Travel Express Limited.
All right. Now, Number One Travel is a registered travel and tour company. Basically, we do travel consultancy. And let me state that there's a difference between a travel agent and a travel consultant.
Okay, so right. Can you expatiate?
All right. Now, if you go to meet a travel agent, you expect someone to just go and perform a miracle and just bring result from somewhere. Most times you don't know the details. But as a travel consultant at our place, we kind of help you make the right decision in the first place. Okay. So we are not just selling product to you, but we want to help you make the right decision. We ask some certain questions that will give us more information about, okay, where should this person go? What should this person do? What
so
are
in
the
other words,
you
help
need?
The person make that decision
we give you the information to make the decision.
That means you're helping the person make the right
decision?
Yes,
basically.
Okay, so when did you start this business?
Officially started 2011. That was when I registered my business. But before then, we've been doing one or two things on the ground.
What inspired you to go into this
Basically, passion.
You have a passion for traveling.
Yes.
You love traveling.
Yes. You will be surprised. I have a BS in physics and solar energy. Master's in energy
technology. I read your profile, so I'm wondering what's the connection?
What's the connection?
Yes.
It's passion. In 2010, I was privileged to travel to UK. All right, it was just a privilege because that was my first time applying for any visa. And then when I arrived in London, something struck me. And I felt that I can't just keep this to myself. So before then, I've been looking at other businesses. Okay, I wanted to do laundry, I wanted to do energy solutions, but there's something about travel that is different. There's something about travel. You don't see anyone traveling out of Nigeria that is frowning. It's not possible. So those that are smiling are at the departures, those that are frowning, they are the arrival. So my job is to make sure that people are smiling.
So, of course, that has something to do with our economy. The fact that people want to emigrate out of the country.
Yes. You can't discuss these things and not talk about economy. You know, people are just looking for basic things. So
you are taking advantage of that particular situation.
My market will always be there. You should know that. The other the country, the more people want to travel.
So, in other words, because, for instance, someone made a joke that doctors want people to keep falling sick and having issues with their health so that they can make more money. So, for you now, you don't want Nigeria to get better people would want to leave.
That's false accusation. Let me say this. See, people will always fall sick. And the results will come from different decisions that we make about our health, the food we eat, hygiene, and all of those things. The same way we travel, people will always travel. Even if Nigeria gets to the peak, you will be surprised that there will be a new reason why people want to travel. If you look at, like you mentioned, doctors are relocating in droves now. They have better life over there. They can relocate with their families,
which is also a problem. Actually,
it is a problem. It's a problem. I always say that Nigeria has two major problems: education and health. Fix those two, we'll be good.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the challenges. You've been doing this for 8 years now.
Yes.
What are the challenges you faced? How have you been able to tackle them?
Okay.
And how has it been so far?
All right. The major challenge is there's this bad name tag that is attached to anything that has to do with travel agency. Once people say, okay, this person is a travel agent, they say this person is obviously scam. Now, it's something that I've come to...
Isn't that because of the track record, some stories that have come out?
It is.
About people taking people to Italy and some of those countries.
These things are true. These things are true. Now, I always tell people, since 2011 that I started this business, I've never had a police case. Okay, I've never had to go to court. I've never had to. And it's just simple. I ask myself, Segun, why are you into this business? Do you want to rip people off or do you want to help people? I discovered I sincerely wanted to help people. So I always tell people the truth. And in the business I do, information is not always the reality. So you see most agents, they sell you the information, you pay a huge sum of money for it, but the reality is different. So for me, it's more of passion, and then I think truth with integrity has kept me this far. So we keep telling people the truth, and truth is always parallel.
So you said you've not had any case of police situation
yes,
and all.
yes.
But what about people just coming to you? I'm sure you have some form of scholarship programs you run. Do you help people get maybe scholarship abroad and all?
Yes, we do, but it's not official because, okay, let me say this. It's not the agent does not have the capacity to give the scholarship. It's like applying to UI, for example. It's the school and the faculty that will determine whether this person can come in. The same thing happens to the case of scholarship. Okay, we help you apply, but we don't take the final decisions. If you come to my office, I put it there that we don't make the final decisions. And that's the first truth I tell people. You come to me, you want to process US, I tell you, I can't do magic. I'm not the one that will issue you the visa. So mine as a consultant is I know the requirement of the embassy based on track record and history, based on trends, and my job is to help you meet up with what they are asking for. So I don't do miracles.
Okay.
I don't do miracles.
Okay, so what does it take to start a travel and tourism business?
I started
with
qualifications. You don't need any qualification. I started with nothing. I didn't have anything.
But I saw that you went for some trainings because I read
that was when I had already started before I went to study more about travel and tourism. If you're going to start, let me tell you, it's as simple as this. Airlines will give commissions to those who sell their tickets. So for you to start now, you come to me and say, Mr. Segun, let me check Lagos to London ticket, and I tell you it's 200,000, and you have a client that is willing to pay 210,000. So you've made 10,000 naira for yourself, and you've not even registered your business. You've started. That's how you just start. You understand? So travel business.
So it sounds like it's not even capital intensive.
To start is not capital intensive.
Yes.
It now depends on your vision from a business perspective.
Okay.
But everything you do will definitely need capital. So the more you want to get out of the industry, the more you need to invest. You understand? But I encourage people to come into travel industry. It's a beautiful industry. Everyone you see, from the pilots to the cabin crew you see one thing that is consistent, that is passion. So if you see an industry where people are passionate about their jobs, you see the industry keeps soaring. Okay. And that's one thing you might not see in teaching. Very scarce.
Well, I wouldn't take that because teaching is also a very good
I'm talking about passion. It is a good profession.
And there are people in it with passion. Yes, people go into teaching with passion.
But not
although, yes, I know that there are a lot of narratives with some people getting it just because they couldn't get something else. But of course, we know that there are people still in the industry that have the passion for the job. But let's talk about making money. How lucrative is this business?
The business is lucrative. Now I'm smiling. And I had money, I started smiling. The business is lucrative. Let me tell you, people will always, if you have anything to offer, money comes to your hand when you have value, when you have value to add to people. Now, the measure or the perception of the value you are giving will determine how much people are willing to pay. So, if you can develop a brand, if you can develop value, people will pay you for it. So I can tell you the travel business is lucrative, though, and it has a lot of cash flow, but low profit margin. You understand?
Why is that?
It's just the aviation industry.
Okay.
It's just the aviation industry, the tourism industry. And if you look at aviation and tourism, it's very wide. You talk about airlines, you talk about hotels, you talk about ticketing, you talk about visa consultation. So there are so many loopholes people can plug into. Catering, schooling, training is just a wide industry. All of this? I do
because it
training.
Sounds like a whole
lot. No, you can't do all. Okay, but basically at my place we do travel consultancy, we do ticketing, and we do trainings for people.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the kind of trainings you do?
All right, agency setup. And we do consultancy. If you want to set up your agency, we do that. Also, we do visa interview preparation for people.
No, that makes it easy, because if I can come to number one industry, and then you can help me set up my agency.
I will help you set up your agency. I will teach you from the books, and I'll teach you from the street. You know, we'll give you balanced diet, and I'll teach you business with it, and you're good to go.
Okay, so let's look at this industry in Nigeria. How would you say the response has been?
You see, I have a lot of reservations when you're talking about travel industry in Nigeria. And I'm going to cite some critical examples. You are aware that Arik Air, aero contractors, these major airlines and carriers, they've been taken over by the government due to mismanagement. All right, I'm working on an airline project and I've been doing a couple of research for like 5 years, and I discovered that airlines have management issues. Now they can say, okay, due to policies and all of that. Now let's move away from the airlines. Let's look at the tourism, local tourism. Now if you go to tourist sites in Nigeria, you will almost weep. We don't have maintenance culture. You can hardly, if you want to take a trip within Nigeria now, you can hardly count 10 places where you want to go that will give you what you're looking for. So even if we don't have these things, we can develop them. All right. Warm Spring, you can go to Warm Spring in Ekiti. I think the past government did a lot of work there. But if you go there now, it's not like as it used to be.
Really?
Do you understand?
I recall we used to, because I schooled in Ekiti, I recall we used to take our field trips.
That's why I said maintenance. When you talk about maintenance of these things. So as far as the industry is concerned, there's so much potential, but we are not tapping into it.
How does that work for you? How do you take advantage of that loophole?
Okay, now that's where business comes in, and policies. You see, you can't do so much. You can only do little in your capacity. You understand? As an individual. So what we do is we organize stores, small groups. Okay. You understand? Take people to Olumo, take them to just to send that signal. But at the back of the mind of every Nigerian, trust me, people want to run away. People want to run away. And I just advise people, you don't have to run away. You can get so much out of travel if you can change your perspective. Travel has gone beyond I want to run away. It is now a thing of using travel to enhance your dream. So if you come to me and you say you're a fashion designer, I tell you, okay, why not go to Paris? Go and see the fashion show and let that experience affect what you're doing.
And this definitely comes with a lot of work, because you must have done your research.
Yes. That's why I say I'm a consultant.
Okay, yes. So now you're a man wearing so many hats. There's the business consulting aspect, there's the travel and tours, and there's also the what's the other one now?
The training, we do training.
And then the real estate. Okay, so let's move into business consulting now.
All right.
When you say business consulting, what are you talking about? Now,
a lot of people are into business. They don't understand the fundamentals of business. Now, it took me time to learn. I'm not the alpha and the omega of this topic. But I learned some things lately. Okay, let me cite. Okay, like last year, my business did XXXXX amount in turnover.
X times 6.
And then we did one or two things, and by June we had already done about 140% of the XXXXX that we did. And in July alone, we were able to do the XXXXX. So what happened? Why were we able to do what we did in an entire year in 1 month? That is what I teach people.
Okay, so what does it entail? How do I, get your services?
Okay, I'm very close by. Just give me a call. We schedule a meeting. We look at your business. We look at, okay, what are you doing now? There are different types of mastery level. You talk about the vision. You talk about the goal.
What do you think is the major factor responsible for business growth?
For business growth, it depends on the set man.
Okay.
The vision,
the head,
the vision. Everything rises and falls on leadership. It depends on the head. Now you see a lot of businesses without vision. You see someone with a small shop sewing good clothes without a vision. Now they pay you, you sew the clothes, and you are fine.
When you say vision, are you talking about something written in black and white?
No, it has to be written. Okay. Now writing it down is just enhancing the thought process.
Okay.
Like for me, I keep dreaming. I dream bigger and bigger and bigger every day.
Apparently.
Okay, let me shock you. I wanted to do. I've always wanted to become a pilot. Then eventually.
Sorry to butt in. Why did
I change? It's finance. To become a pilot, you need about 12 million. To study to become a pilot. Then The
So do you
business
still have
part
it
of
like
me,
in the pipeline?
no, I keep suppressing it daily. The passion is strong, but now the dream is bigger. Now, if I can't achieve a dream, I dream bigger. Then I started to look at business. Okay, if you put 12 million naira in piloting, then you get a job, okay, and then they pay me salary. Then when will the 12 million naira come back before I start to feed my family? All right, and then another question is, where are the airlines that are going to employ me in Nigeria? Locally now we have about just 6 or 7 airlines, most of them running 1 or 2 aircrafts. Do you understand? So the aviation industry has some issues. So from the career perspective, I'm thinking, if I invest 12 million, okay, if I study, if I come back, how much will this airline pay me, for how long, what's the guarantee that this airline will even be alive? So I started thinking of, okay, Segun, let's start up our own airline. So we started that project. All right, the name is registered. We've talked to people outside the country. What am I saying? The vision of the set man. So the vision I was having before, I worked on it, I've improved on it. Now I'm dreaming bigger.
Okay. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. You're still tuned to Impact Africa Television, IATV, channel 181 on Star Times. We'll take a short break and then we'll be back on Business Hub. Welcome back. You're still tuned to Impact Africa Television, and this is Business Hub, where we link up business owners with their target market. And I still have in the studio Segun Ogedengbe, and he is the CEO of Number One Travel Express Limited. Okay, so let's talk about Travel and Earn. Okay. What's it about?
Okay, Travel and Earn Club. All right. Over the years of doing the travel business, we discover that there are some certain needs that people have. And also we discover that it is difficult for someone to raise a loan. And there's a Yoruba adage that says that tabareni bala. Things like biolelari or something like that. Oh, no, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so the club is just a group of people who are interested in travel and in making more money. Okay. Now, I give you a simple analogy. When you travel, you acquire knowledge. When you have knowledge, you can produce value out of it. And when you produce value, you can make money. So by mathematics, I can say travel is equals to money.
So what does it take to be a part of the club? Okay,
to be a club member, you just register online. All right, we show us interest, we give you a link. We meet often. www.travelandenclub.com.
www.travelandenclub.com. Okay, so what are there payments? Do you have to pay?
Okay, to become a member is just 1,000 naira. All right. So for members, we do a lot of, we challenge ourselves business wise. I share travel tips. I review travel informations. Travel. There could be a travel ban from anywhere, so I talk to my people about it. Now, club members have the opportunity to promote their business within the club, since we have the database. And more importantly, within the club, we run a travel cooperative. A lot of people want to travel, they don't have access to funds, so we have a means of doing group contributions. Some can even travel and then pay later, that kind of a thing. And then we do quick loans. Okay, you want money, you need this, strictly for club members.
Okay, I know we have a few more minutes to go, but let's quickly touch on your real estate business.
All right.
What's it about?
Okay, real estate, I come about it by necessity. You just have to do it. If you're going to build a dynasty, they will measure you by real estate. You understand? Presently, I rent an apartment. But I have properties that people are renting.
Okay.
It's just simple technique.
Okay, so they just call you, and then from there you...
No, not like they call me. I'm not an agent. I have properties that I've invested in.
You have properties. Oh, yes. Okay. So how do they get to... Do you have agents that work with you?
I have agents. I have agents. I have reliable
Okay, so
agents.
give us where's your office in Ibadan?
Okay, our office is at Suite 9 and 10, Ashe Plaza, Veterinary Junction, Mokola, Ibadan.
And when is your next training?
Okay, we have, yes, we do trainings Fridays and Saturdays. We do this free travel seminar where you can come and learn about travel, the things you need to do, what are the documents you need to put in place, and all of that. We do that Friday, 3 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. in the morning.
And it's absolutely free.
It's free.
All right, give out your phone numbers, your social media handles, and all.
Okay, you can reach out to me on 08060550581. 08060550581. On Facebook, number one travels. Instagram, number one travels. Personal and do Olusegun number one.
Is that for Instagram?
Yes, for Instagram, for Twitter, Olusegun number one.
Olusegun
Personal, then number one travels.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much,
Olusegun
Ogedengbe. It's been a very enlightening session with you.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll pull the plugs there on today's edition of Business Hub. I've been speaking with Olusegun Ogedengbe, CEO, Number One Travel Express Limited. And I want to thank you for being a part of the program today. Remember that this program will be on YouTube at IATV Africa. So watch out for that. My name is Omobolanle Adesuyi. Good evening.